Shalom, and let me share with you some information about our new online self-grading course. This is something new that we've never done before. It's amazing because it's a course that you take online by yourself, and you can go at your own pace. It will tell you whether it's right or wrong, and you can go back and try it again if you want. And then when you're done with an exercise, there will be an information box that will explain to you about that particular exercise. It's a wonderful way to learn skills, to learn the skills to be able to uncover depth of meaning in Scripture. You see here that, Greek and Hebrew, that's think Hebrew, not Greek. And then we do geography, we do the history. The history is so important. And look at all the other things we do so that when you're done with this course, you're going to be able to really uncover an incredible depth of meaning. What I want to do now, I've highlighted Geography 1. So let me I'm going to share with you just something fun. And these are things you'll be learning in the course. But I periodically, when I go to Israel, will travel in the Palestinian area. I don't do it with a group because I don't think it's safe with a group. If you go in with a group, you have to, get an Israeli guard that goes with you, and you're in a, bulletproof vehicle and all that stuff. When I'm by myself, I go in and I have no problem. I have a wonderful gentleman, older gentleman, who will arrange for 2 young Palestinian men to take me in. They live in East Jerusalem. They're both licensed by the state of Israel to do tour guides. We rent a car from East Jerusalem, so it doesn't have Israeli plates. It has the East Jerusalem plates. And the 3 of us will go in, and I've always felt comfortable going in. I like to go into biblical sites because so much of the history of ancient Israel occurred in what is the hill country, which is the Palestinian area. So, of course, I started from Jerusalem. I'm going to take you up to Shiloh, which is when the children of Israel first came into the land. They had the tabernacle at Shiloh. Ai is a wonderful archaeological site to recreate what happened after the Battle of Jericho. They went up to Ai and they were defeated, and until that was a small force, and then Joshua sent up a larger force that was able to take Ai. Beit El is where in the northern kingdom of Israel they had temple altar set up at Beit El, which was very near Jerusalem, at the southern part of the northern kingdom of Israel, as well as up at Tel Dan. Shechem, I think in English we say Shechem. It's Shechem. That's the way we pronounce it in Hebrew. And this was the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel, a very important archaeological site. Tel El Farah was a very interesting, it was a little bit of excavation, but not much excavation, but I could get a real feel for what a small village was like in the hill country in the early years of Israel. And then I went up to Dotan. I'll show you that. That's a fascinating site. And finally ended up at Samaria, which was Samaria was the capital of the northern kingdom, not Shechem. Samaria was the capital of the northern kingdom. So we'll start in Shiloh, and let me take you to a verse in Joshua. This was when they were first entering the land. We read, "The whole congregation of the sons of Israel assembled themselves at Shiloh and set up the tent of meeting there, and the land was subdued before them." Now, I visited Shiloh. Actually, it's fairly easy to be able to visit Shiloh. It's very close to Jerusalem. It's in the Palestinian area, but very close to Jerusalem. And here is the Tel site. There is a Jewish settlement there. There's a wall around it, of course, and it's in the Palestinian area. But this is what a Tel looks like. And, it was originally on a hill, but then it kept getting higher and higher and higher. Each devastation they built on top, this devastation built on top, and so forth. So when you get up into Shiloh, there's an area, it's a rectangular area that is very flat. And we know that the tabernacle was set up in Shiloh, if in fact this is the proper location of Shiloh, which the archaeologists think it is. This could be the area where the tabernacle was set up when they first came into the land. Now, this is an interesting drawing on top of the this flat area done by Generation Word, and it shows the dimensions of the tabernacle, which is that small white rectangle, and then the large black rectangle would have been the court, the outer court, and then was the altar and the bronze laver for washing in front. And they think that this was the location of the original tabernacle, which is really kind of interesting. Now I want to take you to another very interesting site. When they first came into the land, of course, the Battle of Jericho, they fought the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. And then Joshua sent a small group up to Ai, and they were defeated, and they came back, and the men said, "What's happening, God? I thought you were going to be with us when we came into the promised land. What happened?" And so what happened is Joshua then sent a much larger force up to Ai, and it was very carefully orchestrated with an ambush. I'm going to show you this because you can get a real feel from it by actually going to the site. This is the tell site. The arrow is pointing to the tell site of the community of Ai. It would have been a walled city of Ai. And this is a wadi, and this is the path that the ambush party would have taken. And they kind of hid there. Now, as you go around to the right, you would come to the gate of the city and the way to enter into the city. So Joshua was in front of the gate, and he was kind of taunting them and, saying, "Come on, you can't come out and fight us," and so forth. And the Canaanites and Ai stayed inside the city. So what happened next is that here's where they were hiding, all right? I just showed you that X mark is where they were hiding. So they continued around the wadi until they came around to the front side of the city where the gate was. And because what happened is the Canaanites came out of the city thinking, "Oh, we can get these men." And then the ambush party came around and got into the city. So they had a pincer movement. They had the Israelite men in the city and outside of the city, and the Canaanites were caught. And by the way, look what they have found. They have found these sling stones, and that would have been used during that battle, which is really kind of interesting. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you a little farther north to Shechem, and that's a wonderful site. That's where Abraham, when he entered the land, he came first to Shechem, and then later Judah. After he had been, in exile for 20 years, returned, and that's the first city they came to, and the story of the rape of Dinah occurred there at Shechem. There's just a lot of stories that occurred there at Shechem. So it's in the Palestinian area. It's a wonderful place to visit, but let me show you. Okay, it's between Mount Gerizim and Mount Ebal. Today, it's a fairly significant Palestinian city called Nablus, which was the Roman name given to it. So the Palestinians are not going to use a Jewish name. The Jewish name is Shechem. That's what we get in the Bible. And so the original site was down there in the middle of that city. Now, here is a very interesting. You can see the remains of the original city that Abraham came to. And this is the original stones and everything. What we've done is we've taken out there are some buildings in the back. We took those out and put some mountains in to make it, give you the feel of Abraham coming in. But those are the stones right there. That's what you see. And here in front of that opening that would have been the gate into the city is a Canaanite altar. It's there. You can see it. Now, the last time I've been there more than once, and the last time I was there, the Palestinians really are trashing out that site, which is quite unfortunate, I think. There's a lot of barbed wire and apartment buildings and stuff like that, but they still have, this site is still there. This is a wonderful way to see it. So what we have now is this brand new way to learn ancient methods. It's an online self-grading reinforcing course that you take online. And all you need is a computer and a good internet connection. You don't have to sign up for it. You can start anytime you want. You work at your own speed. Every single one of the 12 lessons starts with a video. And then after each video, you practice these new skills. So we don't want you to finish the course and not have the ancient method skills. We want you to build these skills in this course. And for a limited time only, there's a 25% discount. So instead of $125, it's only $94. So I encourage you to go to our website, BibleInteract.tv, and you'll see information there that will take you to the page where you can register for this online course. So do consider taking it. Shalom. Please subscribe to our channel to receive updates on our newest videos. Visit BibleInteract.tv for more in-depth video teachings and keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter. Click on the links next to me to view more videos like this one and become a donor on our Patreon page. Join us in uncovering the hidden meanings in Scripture.